As you're heading into retirement, it's very often times you've got three big decisions to make as soon as you hit your somewhere in your 60s. Number one is Medicare. Number two is Social Security. And number three is how to take your income, particularly out of your 401k, IRA, 403b, et cetera. With that, there's a lot of risks to think about.
You may have heard of the 4% rule, which is designed to help you figure out how much you can safely withdraw from your retirement accounts each year without running out of money. The basics of the rule are simple, but so many other things, the devil's in the details. The 4% rule says you can safely withdraw 4% of your nest egg each year. This gives you a reasonable chance of ensuring your savings will last at least 30 years, which is a good number to shoot for with today's longer lifespans. But that explanation is missing a small but critical detail. The 4% withdrawal figure is only for the first year. After that, you need to increase the amount of subsequent withdrawals by the inflation rate to maintain your purchasing power. For example, if you had $1 million in retirement savings and the inflation rate was running at about 2%, the first year you would need to withdraw the $40,000, which is 4% of your million. But in the second year, you would need an additional $800 or $40,800. And in year three, you would withdraw $41,600 and so on. But even when followed properly, the 4% rule doesn't guarantee you won't run out of money. The truth is that the rule is actually a little outdated. It was developed during the mid-1990s when bond interest rates were a lot higher than they've been lately. Bond returns are much lower today, and every time the Fed raises interest rates, their value drops even more, making the 4% rule less reliable. There are also plenty of other unknowable variables in retirement planning that can put your retirement income at risk. Things like, what will be the rate of return on your portfolio next year? How about 10 years from now? Do you know what your tax rate will be on the day you retire? And how will your retirement expenses change over time? Will you have any big healthcare bills? And of course, the biggest question of all, exactly how long are you going to live? With all of that said, the 4% rule is still a useful rule of thumb, a good starting point. But what you really need is an additional guaranteed source of monthly income to compensate for these unknowns and ensure you have the money you need for a golden retirement. Ask your financial professional about modern investment tools that can guarantee you a consistent monthly check, regardless of interest rates, bond returns, or the up and downs of the stock market.
It's nice to have that guaranteed income coming in every month, in addition to your Social Security. So if you would like to see how to bridge the gap that is sitting there for most everybody, where you get your expenses, and you get your Social Security coming short, how do you bridge that gap? Let me know. The links are down below. Look forward to helping to show how to build security and control in your retirement for many years to come, and we'll see you then.